still not subscribed to the partition, you know, it's a lot of ways that you can do this besides watching all the content. But before we start, always remember, go to the channels link. Every show that we have, you can always see every show before everybody else see the show. But besides that, always remember, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, put it on all. Until then, always remember, anything is possible. Thank you for choosing the partition. Now let's get into the show. Anything is possible. Peace.
Stand up, they looking at me like, I know you're not waiting.
Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I know about Sir Charles. Not every 5 or 10 minutes, my son got me this with my dad, so I can always have him with me whenever I do the show. Take 2. Hold on, wait. I don't want to laugh. Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Lil Ron as we close out the breast cancer month. I can't leave without giving you guys a special guest. I met this lady at an event, a wonderful, bright person, and she actually followed the movement and part of the breast cancer movement. I want you guys to welcome the one and only Dr. Robin, Miss Dr. Robin. I got it right, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
There you go. So, Miss Robin, it's a lot of stuff we're going to talk about today.
Great.
So the first thing I always do when anytime a guest come on, I always tell them to introduce themselves to my fans because my fans may not know you, and ones that do know you, they're going to be excited, and we can go from there. Introduce yourself.
Well, thank you for having me on. I'm excited. This is the first time I've been doing this, so I'm just excited about you even asking me to be here.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Dr. Robin Turner. I am a pharmacist. I am actually a Houstonian here in Houston. I've been here for over 30 years working in the pharmacy industry. I have also a nonprofit organization, which is called Godly Women in Pink, which help women who have cancer or need some type of financial, spiritual support. We are here in the Houston area, and we'll go anywhere else. But I am a person with lots of hats, from different businesses, from taking care of children, training, you name it, I can do it all, for even selling pharmacies and you name it. So
Wow.
I just do many things, but I guess the most passionate thing I like doing is actually helping people in some type of way, and especially cancer patients.
Yes.
That is my heart because I am a 2-time cancer survivor. Thank God I am still here, but I went through a lot, but that is my passion. And so that's what I'm working on now.
And I love that. When we first met and we connected, I just knew I had to have you on my show because I knew you represent those ladies very well. But a lot of people don't really know the stuff and the struggles that people go through, especially when it comes down to cancer. And some people, like me, a lot of men don't take colon cancer seriously. They just think, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm good, man. I'm fine. And don't know if you can catch it when you're early on, you won't have that problem later. I recently went to an event with another lady named Ms. Robin. She's the lady that's running for mayor.
Yeah, you was telling me about her.
Yes, her event was like wonderful. I met a lot of people when I was there, and she actually was also a breast cancer survivor too.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and she had her pictures and talked about at the age, I think she was in her 20s when she found out. I think either 26 or 29, I think she said. And she spoke about her cancer experience and how she ended up experiencing not only that, battling that, but to lose her brother to domestic violence. And having all that on her shoulders and overcoming it, man, this lady is actually a wonderful person. But the pink, before, I always ask a lot of people a lot of stuff when they come down to breast cancer and any type of cancer. One thing I do want to ask, prior to the cancer, were you a supporter of breast cancer, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, actually, I was. I was actually supportive of a lot with cancer. Actually, I was at MD Anderson. I worked there for a couple years. I was there with the children, pediatric cancer. You may have heard of the Christmas cards that they have now with the pediatric. I was there the first year. I was there when they implemented that. and it's just been gone, crazy. So I've worked with pediatric cancer. I've worked with brain cancer, breast cancer. I was all in every area because they loved me. And I was actually in school, but I knew at that point I wanted to work in the medical field. And I started at a very young age. So, yes.
And a lot of people, they don't like to start young because a lot of them party. They like to have fun. They don't want to go, don't know. If you start young, you can retire right when you get in the middle, before you even get up to the age like our parents retire in their 60s, you can retire in your late 40s and 50s and have fun.
Right. And when I was young, I was basically a nerd, and I loved helping people, and I was always studying and doing a lot of stuff. So back then, I was always trying to help because it was like an outlet for me. So I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I started off going to the medical school, and then I went to the military. And then, when you come back from the military, you have to start over the whole process.
Wow.
So thank God I was over at TSU. One of the assistant dean at that time, his name was Mr. Criddle. He found out that, hey, I'm a graduate from the Beatty High School. When I got back, we need you here. Come to pharmacist school. I'm like, I didn't want to be a pharmacist. I want to be a pediatrician. And he talked me into it, and that's how I got in pharmacy. I went straight through, and because they wanted me to be a part of their team. So I am a TSU pharmacy alumni. And I worked with the dean of pharmacy and also Mr. Everett Bell and the president. So the whole time I was in pharmacy school, I would work with the board of regents and everything. And they gave me so much favor. Wow. And they just took me in. So that's how I became the person from A to Z. Anything you need pharmacy, one-stop shop.
Wow. And that's crazy because the other lady name is Robin. She was in the military too. This is.
There's something about Robins.
There's something about the Robins, man.
Yeah.
It just they're magical.
Yes.
Now the thing I want to know, when you actually found out that the doctor gave you the news and told you that you were diagnosed with it.
Well, let me tell you how it happened.
Okay.
Actually, it wasn't that way.
Okay.
I had about 5 businesses at the time. I had a couple pharmacies open, which is Pharmacy of Houston. I had a tech program, which is tech review training, pharmacist placement, staffing. I was doing everything. I was doing a lot with a lot of people in the community, DMARS, along with a lot of well-known people. I was giving back in the community, working my butt off. But I was in a marriage, and, at that time I was married, raised 13 children, had 3 kids with special needs.
Wow.
Never rest. I was like Superwoman. I was the one you can come to, thinking being a workaholic was the best thing. No, it's not the best thing. So what happened, I was going through some things and not focusing on a lot of things at home with myself, taking care of everybody else. Taking care of them. Oh, I'm going to get over it. I'm bruising myself. Oh, I'm okay. Feeling sick. I'm good. But at one point, it was like I had to stop and check myself. And so what happened, just real talk, I had some things going on. And it was like, hey, this is not cool. Let me go to the doctor. Something's not right. And sure enough, I was like, check me out from head to toe, find out what's going on. So I went in. They found out I had breast cancer. And I was like, okay. And they're like, oh, it's early stages of breast cancer. You're young. We're going to do everything. That's okay. Then I got a call back from my gynecologist like 6 to 8 weeks later. You have ovarian cancer. That alone took me out because at that point, I was like, okay, Lord, what's going on? And what did I do? Because I've been taking care of everybody else. And it's like, you need to slow down and take care of yourself. So it was a wake-up call, finding out what was important, with my children. And I can say it was a long process. It started in 2008. It was a 10-year process. I just actually got my last surgery probably about 6 or 7 months ago.
Wow.
Because it's a process. I had a lot of complications, a lot. I've died 3 times, was in a walk in a chair, you name it.
3 times?
What you see is a
living testament.
A living testament. I've been resurrected. I tell everybody, if you want a miracle, just touch me. I am truly a miracle, and I know it. God kept me here, and I can say this: He kept me here probably just even to meet you, to be a part of this here. So I thank God for orchestrating it. And it's so much I can tell you. I've been through a lot, but you know what? I thank God for every bit of it because it just made me better and perfect. And I'll tell everybody who I meet, my patients, balance.
Yes,
you have to have balance.
A lot of people, they don't know you have to balance your life. Some people are all over the place.
They are.
And some people do not like to give credit to their Savior. I was telling somebody the other day, I don't know everybody's religion. Some people are Buddha. Allah. Some people believe in God. I just
Yes.
tell them, man, we all have the same God. I don't care what you name them, but we got the same God.
One source.
And I always tell them that sometimes you have to go through things in life to
Of
realize how important things are around you. And some people, they overlook that stuff. And it's always a person out there I always look at as being a TMJ person that I end up dealing with. I always tell people that it's always somebody out there that's doing worse than
Oh, of
you.
course.
And some people, they don't realize that. And then you ladies, when y'all deal with breast cancer and any type of cancer period, and anybody deal with cancer, they don't understand how I feel to have to go through chemo.
Yes.
And that stuff makes them sick with that radiation
Yeah.
and stuff. And some people think that, it's bells and whistles. And a lot of them, they lose their hair.
Yeah.
Some people do not understand that too.
Well, let me tell you, I didn't have to do any chemo, thank God.
Oh.
What I had to do, a lot of infusion. My thing was my iron infusions and my blood counts. So what happened was they did a lot of those, but I had a lot of issues. My whole body's shut down. Like I said, I had an embolism from one of my surgeries where they had to go in. My lungs shut down. Constant surgeries of infections, wound care, doctors coming home with me to take care of it. A lot of infection. I was getting a lot of infections. And I mean, everything on me was shutting down. And when your body's in that mode, when cancer comes or whatever, your body try to save the most important organs for you to stay. And that's what my body was just trying to get oxygen for my heart, my all my organs. Everything else is shut down. I tell people, even to the point I had surgery on my earlobes because even me, my earlobes cut, my ears, they split on me, my nails, I lost my toenails, hair coming out, and a lot of my gums and I was just everything was shutting down. Like imagine like a broken car. And everybody said, what's going on? I'm like, well, every month they had to get me back up to get another surgery.
Alternator, transmission.
Yeah, everything. And I felt like, how a car I'm like, I can't move. But the whole point, I got up and I never stayed down. That's one thing I didn't stay down. Because if I would have stayed down, I would have never been able. And my kids were a blessing. And I can say this here, out of that, me in the hospital, the doctors were great. I had a team of 12 doctors. And they were that was my family. I didn't have any really, I had family, but they became my family because I got to see them. And they loved on me. And every time I would go into surgery, I was like, let's pray. I want God to show up and come in this place. And I can say this, one of the most important things I remember is when I was in my first surgery, it was 20 hours surgery. The nurse came into the ICU room when I was there. And I couldn't move. I was on a lot of tubes, and she touched me. And she whispered in my ear, and she said, I want what you have. And I looked, and my sister was in the room, and I said, okay, God, I know she see you, right? So she laid hands on me when I was in the bed, and she gave her life to Christ. I was praying in the spirit, and she gave her life to Christ. And I'm like, okay, Lord, you don't really need me. I can't even do anything. And that's a lot of people. You don't have to do anything. They have to know your spirit. And so she saw God show up because I was still alive. And after it was over and I got out of ICU, she said she had just got diagnosed with cancer.
Whoa.
Yes.
Man, that's like amazing. I love when people are able to express where they came from and where they're headed to. I always tell people that's very, very important. Another thing that I loved about you is when we talked and you told me about your Godly Woman in Pink.
Yes.
What made you decide to say, this is what I want to, I want to name it this, and this is why I'm going to go with that?
Well, it's so funny how God orchestrates things. In my pharmacies, I had a pharmacy in the U of H area, and I had a gift store. So I had a scent called Godly Women. I had people coming all over because it's my signature scent. I was selling it in my gift store with the pharmacy. So it was already set up. So when I started going to the doctors for my appointments, they were like always saying, what is that smell? When you come through the door, we know it's you. And I'm like, oh, that's my Godly Women. And they said, oh my God. And then when they kept asking for, because I was taking the nurses, I'm getting blood work and they doing everything. I'm taking taking my perfumes. So I said, what God, this godly woman in pink. Let me name that godly woman in pink because that's what they know me of. Know me as in the hospitals, and that's what my doctors and nurse was calling me. So I said I'm gonna add the pink on it because it's about cancer, and that's how it started. And then so actually it just worked. It was already there. You know how God always put something on the shelf and you go back and pull it.
Yes.
And that's what He's doing now. And even out of that Godly Woman in Pink, I got a book called His Voice. You can find it on Amazon. It tells a little bit about my stories, just a personal synapse of how God was talking to me in the process of certain times. Because when you're going through that process, you're not here. When I talk to a lot of women with cancer, I have a call the other day. A young lady, she's 40 something years old. She just got diagnosed with breast cancer. They found out that she has pancreatic cancer, and now it may be lung cancer. It's metastasized. Very young, and the only thing I could ask her, I said, "What do you need?" But don't tell me yet, because see, you're not thinking just yet because you got too much of a diagnosis. And think about what you need, because if you need someone to your groceries, you need someone to pay a bill, you need somebody to do something for you. Tell me what you need. You know. So she called me back the other day and she asked me what she needed. I told her I'm here. I'll do whatever I need to do for you. Because when you're going through, the only thing you can remember is, and this is what I did. Every day I got in the mirror and I said, my name is Robin. I'm a child of God and I'm apple of His eye. I don't care about nobody else. My mind had to keep my mind at peace, because if not, I would have lost it. I would have, it was a lot. Even me talking about it was a lot, but I thank God I'm here. And so when people going through, they not in their right mind. People I've met, they say, you remember? I don't remember anything. I mean, tell me where I met you in the hospital. Were you in the hospital with me or what?
I do the same stuff. But people, they ask me, how is it that I can live through TMJ? And I tell them that I every day I got up, I just figured I'd just say, hey, I look at myself when I get up in the morning, and I was like, you here for a reason, Ron. You got to keep going. Your kids keep you going. The people look up to you.
Yes.
You got to keep doing it. And a lot of people don't know TMJ is a condition where my jaw always pops out of place. So sometimes I suffer, like not even about a month ago, I actually lost, I want to say, probably like a bottle like that full of nothing but blood. And my mom was like, go to the hospital. I said, no, I'm not going to go. I'm going to be good. If I go to sleep, my body going to recirculate and I'm going to be good. And I've been dealing with that for a while. And I'm going to deal with it for so much.
You have your mouthpiece, right? You have a mouth.
They don't work. I tried the mouthpieces. They don't work.
Really?
It'll pop out of place. And when it pops, oh man, I feel like, but I still get up. I told a lady on another interview, 95% of the time when I interview people and people see me smile, they just do not know how much I hurt in the inside. But I just don't ever tell them. I'll be like, all right, man, cool. Let's go ahead.
Thank you for even doing this with me.
Yeah, I will never turn down like nobody. I love you, all you guys. That's why I wanted to put you in the magazine. I said, hey, when I sat down and talked to the people for the magazine for the month of October, and I said, hey, man, what are we going to do when it come down to October? I said, we going to put the ladies in there. And they was like, well, we have people. I said, no, we're not. Every lady that wants to go in the magazine, I'm going to personally pay for them to go in the magazine, because their story should be told and they should be well deserving of this. And I want to make sure that they words and their pictures and their stories is told, because one person's story is told different than the next person's story. Then we put your baby letter inside of there.
I know. And let me tell you, thank you for sharing that. I was reading it today again, and it was like a new thing. I had to cry because I was like, Lord God, I made it. And the thing of it is, you don't never know what your kids are seeing when you're going through, and how much strength you're giving them, even in the midst of, when you're down. So I appreciate it, because, to see that or even read it, it was just like, my God. And she's really a blessing, and she was, imagine going through, and I couldn't even hold her at certain times. So the way we connected was by music and singing. And
she can sing.
Yes, she is.
I'm not like, who she get to singing from?
Me, of course. Because I'm a worshiper, so
Oh,
yeah, I
wow.
love to worship, and I love that. But she, she loves singing, and that's really the source of me being healed. Of basically just singing and worship and thanking God for everything.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't complain. I try not to complain. In the music and stuff. But her name is Trinity Alana. You can pull up on all social medias.
I love her.
She's going to be the next Houston artist. It's happening now, so
She's-
y'all heard it from me.
She's the
Yeah.
next big thing.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I
Yes.
had a chance to hear her sing, and it blew me away. I'm looking
Yes.
like, wow.
Yeah, a
this
lot of people
young
say-
lady is on. She on the come up.
Well, they say that they remind her of Aaliyah. She's a little bit Aaliyah, but she sings at a different level. But every time when they see her, they're like, "Oh my God," And it's
She's
like, well,
amazing,
yeah.
and she don't sing. Some R&B artists sing provocative stuff.
She don't. No.
Very classy.
Yes.
Very classy.
Mom, do not allow that. It
Yeah.
doesn't take all that.
She got like a little 90 with the modern day vibe mixed together, man.
Yes.
I love. She dressed proper. She don't dress like some of these people dress.
No.
She dressed like her. She has her own style,
Wow.
and I love it. And we're gonna get her on here. Trust me, we're gonna get her on here.
Yes, she would love
Yes.
to be here. She would.
Now, you do all this stuff. That's wonderful, and people love it. Now, the question I want to ask is: we get to the segment which we call Leon Top Five. Leon Top Five is I had a cousin of mine named was Leon. He actually got killed in an 18-wheeler wreck last year.
Oh.
And I always, since he was a fan of all my shows, so I dedicate this segment to him. So what would be Miss Robin top 5 music she listened to? It can be R&B, it can be gospel, it can be jazz, blues, rap. What's the top 5 that you listen to? Keep you going.
By artists or just by the music?
No, artists.
Marvin Sapp. I love Marvin Sapp.
Okay.
I love Leongia
Okay.
Johnson. He delivered me. Oh my God. And of course, I love God, old school, Teddy Riley, because I love to dance.
Oh,
I
yes.
do dance. Okay. I have fun.
Okay.
And I guess the last person would probably be my daughter.
I will wait. I'll wait. I'll say, man, if she gonna put her daughter first, and she gonna say, I'm gonna say the best for last.
Yeah, my daughter. Yeah, my Trinity. Well, yeah, first is last, last is first. Yeah, so she's always going to be on that list. But praise and worship is my number one.
When is her album gonna come out? That's what I want to
Okay,
know.
this is a good thing. We're getting ready to set it up for December the 2nd.
Okay.
It's going to actually be her listening party, dropping her album, plus she's turning 18 years old. So we're going to have some fun. We're going to present some new artists out here also we're working with too. And we're just going to have a big blast. So it's December the 2nd, and I'll forward it over all the information to you. So you can come out.
We
you can
coming.
come out and support. We want all the support. Because like I said, she's the next artist here in Houston, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to let her hair down because she's going to be 18. She already told me. So I'm going to have to let her do a little something, but
I'm not gonna allow it. I'm not gonna allow it. I'm like, hey,
it's not going to be good. It's going to
Okay.
be good. Nothing bad. But
Okay.
I'm going to let her, be 18, I give her freedom because she's a good child.
she seemed like very
Yeah.
quiet, smart, very mannerable. I like those key elements.
And she write her own music. She's been writing for a lot of artists. So she writes hooks. She does all. She's a journalist. She does, like you saw the paper she wrote. Yeah.
And she wrote that like they say she did that. She definitely actually did that.
Yeah, she did.
Now, this is what I want to say to you. I want to say, first thing I do want to say, we are actually working on an actual TV series. And a TV series that we're working on, we're going to do a actual segment on that series where we're going to be talking about the cancer in the actual series. We're going to work some stuff out with Richard and you. I want you to play an actual doctor, a cancer doctor.
Okay.
So when you
An
break
oncologist.
there you go.
Okay.
There you go. So you're a doctor. I'm gonna make sure we have you in there as a doctor.
Okay.
You basically can break it down to the actual patient to let them know, hey, look, this is what happened. And I think it'll be because I wanted the series to be good, but I also want to have key elements in there to give people eye openers where they can actually see that this is a reality. It's always good to have fun in the show and do this, but I also want to give a message and show you, hey, look, this can actually happen to you. It can happen to anybody. And what better person to actually give it Miss Robin.
I would love that. I would love it. And, and with that also, if anyone's listening, just to avoid that, if they, want to avoid anything, make sure they decrease their stress and eat right and drink plenty of water and learn to laugh and have fun. A lot of these diseases and cancers are just caused from stress, anger, frustration. And if you get rid of all that and start to revive yourself with some love and joy and eating right, you can get rid of it. So if you can start that now, and that's what I would tell everybody.
I turned back around. I told a guy the other day, he always gets sick. He always down. I said, you know why you stay sick? And you may not want to believe me. You got to learn how to let go. It's not good to be angry. I know some people did some horrible things to me, but I still love them. I let it go. The reason why I let it go is if God can forgive us for some of the things we do, and we do some bad stuff that people don't know and they don't see us when we do it, He sees all.
He does.
You have to let it go. If you let it go, all that negative stuff comes off your body. It's not healthy for you to be mad and upset with people. You have to just, hey, let me go ahead and just let it go. Let God take care of it. Because I let my God fight my battles. No matter what you do to me, I let him fight it, and he get the last laugh. So I just sit back and say, all right, cool. If that's what you want to do to me, hey, man, by all means, that's cool. Just go ahead and do it. If it makes you feel good, oh, well. It is what it is.
Yeah, keep it moving, and okay, whatever.
Now, one more thing I do want to ask. This is very important.
Okay.
Podcast.
Okay.
Are you going to start your own podcast motivating different people, men, women, boy, girl, about cancer and educating people? That would be a good thing to do.
Well, yes, thanks to you. You're giving me some ideas. And I also have a PR person now who's working with that for me also. And I do want to do something. What they're focusing on is actually calling me the Shine Coach, because I love people so much. And
that's gonna be the name of your show.
Yeah, that's what we're working on. I don't know everything. They haven't told me everything.
I got a good title for you.
Okay, sure.
Godly Talk.
I love that. I love it.
When I think about okay, this is gonna be
Godly Talk. I love it. Well, I would share that with them because I have everything in their hand. The only thing I'm asking God right now is let me just show up. I don't know what's gonna happen because I'm doing so much for everybody else. And like when you met me, I was working for my daughter, and you're like, hey, tell me about this. I'm like, okay, I'm working for her, so I don't try to mix because I'm focused on that area. Mm-hmm. But now, this is happening. I'm like, okay, let me share it. But, I just want to show up. And the thing of it is I want things that's effortless. Mm-hmm. That's my word. And just show up and let God, and whatever happens.
That's correct. Okay, well.
But yes, I'm going to do something pretty soon, and you'll hear about it real soon.
Okay, well, how can the people find you on social media?
What they can do is pull me up on Facebook under just Robin Turner. Mm-hmm. But if they go to godlywomeninpink.com, mm-hmm. They can go there. A lot of information about my story and my mission is there for helping women with cancer. Mm-hmm. And I want everyone to really go there because every day is cancer awareness, mm-hmm. not just the month of October. And so if they can go and support that for me, it will help other women.
That's correct.
Because I'm a small organization, and I want to say, and I don't want to sound harsh, but when I was going through, a lot of these organizations, they did not help.
You're right.
If they talk about administrations and paying this, I've had people say, oh, they're going to go buy this big old car. I mean, but I thought it was for nonprofit, but we got to take care of us. If you know me, my heart and my money goes to helping people. Mm-hmm. I've given and helped people out of my own pocket. And the need now is getting greater, but I need people to support me. If you know me, you can trust me that money will go to someone. And I won't say I don't have any money. I'm gonna make sure we get some money to take care of whoever comes in my presence.
She's not lying. I'm telling you personally, she actually helps and she support. And the problem is with us, we support people that we don't know that don't care about us. And a lot of times we don't understand. If we help our brothers and sisters, and I'm not saying they black and I'm not saying they white, if we help each other, we are going to be farther in life.
Of course.
A lot of times people get intimidated. They don't want to. They don't want to help. Me, I try my best to help with whoever I can and how I can. And if I can't help, I say, hey, we'll figure out something. We're going to make it happen. and we're gonna go from there. Now, I enjoyed you, and I love having you on the show. And I am gonna bring you back. In fact, I got somebody who wanted to meet you. We talked the other day, and we talked about your business, and they have a female entrepreneur awards in November.
Oh, okay.
And when I talked to him and explained your story, and I told him, hey, read this article for me. And he read your article. He said, I want to meet her, and I want to give her an award. So he's actually here in the building. I'm going to make sure y'all meet today so y'all can exchange information. And next month at his event, he wants to take care of you. I spoke like very highly of you because I know you deserve it. Because I like to give people their flowers while they're here.
Yes. Thank you. You're a sweetheart.
Yes, ma'am.
I love your spirit. I love everything you're doing. And I can't even express how I feel. I just thank you for the opportunity. I thank you that I met you. And I'm ready for what God's going to do.
Yes. I do want to add this. She did put her information. Do not show up in this lady inbox asking her, can you take out on the date? You got to watch people, man, because that's the first thing that they're going to say, hey, how you doing? If it is not about business, please do not save anything. If you want to donate something, on her website, she has a little link where you can actually hit donate.
Yes.
What's the name of your website?
It's www.godlywomeninpink.com. Go there. It's all information there. Just hit donate, and it'll come right to me. That's the best thing you can do for me because I need supporters and I need donations. Please, nothing else. That's all I need.
And I'm going to get you with the lady, the next mayor to be. Her name is Robin. I'm going to hook y'all up with each other. Both of y'all, I'm going to hook y'all up with each other because both of y'all being survivors, military and stuff, y'all backgrounds, I know y'all going to love each other. I'm going to make sure I make that possible.
Yes.
So,
sounds great.
Until next time, remember, anything is possible. Thank y'all for choosing Choppin' Up with Lil Ron. Till next time, we out. Peace.